Hi there, you are tuned into Beauty and Braids, the podcast where I, Karen Tenard, has conversations about all things relevant to personal growth and development. Just a heads up, I'm unfiltered. You're welcome. Hey, happy Halloween, everybody. Basically this weekend is Halloween and everybody's dressing up and doing all those things. The festivities, full moon. This is the first full moon for Halloween that we've had in a long time. And as we're approaching election year, Tuesday. So a lot of people have been early voting. I voted early, yes. And it was such an amazing experience. I literally just walked right in with no problem. People telling me about waiting on the line for 2 hours, for an hour, 30 minutes. And I'm just like, oh, I walked right in. I literally waited for, you can say 30 seconds before I was seen. Definitely grateful, and I guess they were waiting for me. But it was a rainy day. I went on Thursday, and I already said that I was going to go and vote on Thursday, and then I woke up and it was raining and cold. I was like, do I really want to do that? But I was like, this was the only day that I put aside to do this because I had so much that I had to do for the week. So I was like, whatever, rain is not going to deter me from, casting my vote, making my voice heard, So I laced up my boots and because I have the ankle brace on, I'm not able to wear rain boots. So I was like, what shoes should I put on? It was such a, I was just like, what do I wear? I need to put the ankle brace, but I'm not trying to wear sneakers because my socks and my feet will get wet and soggy through the sneakers, the material of the sneakers. So I realized your girl had a pair of Timbs in her closet, so she put that on. Yep. And the brace fit fine. I had to keep it a little loosened, but it definitely worked for the rain. And so I was thankful for that, being in a grateful spirit. And look, I was super grateful. And then when I got to the line, things were just opening up because I was seeing things in a positive light. I was just grateful for the little things. As soon as I was grateful for the boots, right? I went outside. As soon as I walked up to the bus stop, looked to the side, the bus was coming. I was like, what? I am so grateful for this bus. It's those little moments that just, sends those endorphins through your spirit and your soul. And you're just I am super grateful. Yes. And then I was just like, yo, I'm so grateful that I broke my foot in August and was able to heal to the fact today that I'm just wearing an ankle brace that can fit into shoes. I can walk on my own. I can get to places. So just being in that space and that, and I just was vibrating on that level. A lot of things that I was grateful for just kept on piling up. And then when I got to it was so cold, but I was like, you know what, it is October, the end of October. I got to the voting stuff. I definitely took a picture on the floor because I was there this is so dope. And of course, the rain was not going to stop me from taking a picture of my feet and the voting sign on the floor. So, and of course, that was a big moment to just see my feet on the floor. That has happened, you know what I'm saying? It's been a few months that my feet was not on the floor, able to wear two shoes, the pair of shoes instead of just the 1 foot and a boot, or, a soft cast. You know what I'm saying? So to see that, for me, it it just was a powerful moment for me to take that picture and show, you know, that I am standing up for myself. I'm allowing my voice to be heard, and I'm able to walk into a voting booth and cast my vote. Like if anybody has ever been injured, you know what I'm saying. Like when you just have like an the the power to actually just walk on your own, like have you not been able to do that in so long? It's those little things that make you appreciate things in its entirety by the time you get it back. So I welcome the loss. I welcome the break. I welcome the pain, because in those moments of separation from certain things or certain people or whatever, when you do heal from it, like when you do process it and go through the motions of it, when that thing returns or something similar returns, you're able to really see it as it is and just celebrate it. Like I'm celebrating my foot, like yes, celebrate my ankle and all of that. Like yes, celebrate all the things that you once had and it's not here until it's here again. You know, or something better comes along. Like my foot, the foot that I actually injured, you know, or fractured, whatever, it's actually now my stronger foot. Like I can do more. I'm more flexible with it because of the training and the physical therapy that I'm having. So it's doing a little bit more. It's flexible more than my foot that wasn't injured. You know what I'm saying? Because I was able to pour in to how amazing it was. And when you think about, I like to bring a lot of metaphors into my speaking. So against the whole like all lives matter movement and the Black Lives Matter, all lives matter, yes, right? So but right now we're focused on the Black lives because that's the problem. That's the issues that, you know, like the system when it comes to that is broken. So for people who don't understand that, I'm going to place this in a way that you might be able to think or understand this. Okay. So if you, all your bones in your body, they all contribute to some form of you walking, your mobility, your strength, your growth, right? Flexibility, all of that, what you can or capable doing and everything. So all your bones matter, right? Now, break one. If you break one, it affects the entire body. You break one bone, it affects the entire body. What happens to the body? The blood rushes to that place that is injured to fix it or to, you know, like send help to that area that is broken. And you're sitting there and you're just kind of like, oh my God, this, you know, it hurts. It hurts the whole body because all of the other places that normally got those you know, the attention and stuff like that are not getting it as much anymore because those blood cells or you know, leaves from one area and just kind of like goes to help bone in need, right? So now this bone in need is being cared for, is being looked after. It's, you know, it has to be elevated. It has to be shown love and attention and therapy, and you have to take it to the doctor. You have to get prescription to make sure that it heals properly, that it has everything possible it needs so that way it can be back to the skeleton system where it's now back into it in its job, like it's able to do the work that it's been doing, or even better because it was helped in the time of its need. Now, if you look at that in how the body works, that is exactly how society should work when it comes to all lives. Like, yes, we know all lives matter, all bones matter. But if we break one, or if one is being attacked or misused or broken, and then, you know, as far as Black lives, that's what's being attacked and broken and, you know, misused, then we need to send help there. We need to focus our attention until that problem, until that issue is healed and it is given all of the necessary tools, love and care that it needs, so that way it no longer goes through that. So that way it goes back into the system or the skeleton system, and it is doing its part. That way the society can move as it can move in the best way possible that it can, if we do what's proper. But too many, like, could you imagine if our bones, the ones that's perfect and is doing its thing, like if my left ankle was just jealous of my right ankle and was there like, you know what, my ankle matters too, you'd be like, what? Like, your ankle is fine, like, you're not, ain't nobody, you're good, you can walk on your own. You're like, but now I'm taking on all the work and without the attention, because nobody's paying attention to me. I'm not even being looked at because I'm not broken. Like, should I get broken? Like, no, you shouldn't get broken, because then you'd have nowhere to go. Like, you don't want to sabotage yourself because something else is getting attention. That is not good. Not good. Bad attention is not good attention. Like, you know what I'm saying? When people say any attention is good attention. No. Do your part. Be part of the team. If you got to take a back seat while something else is being praised or loved on or cared for, then allow that to happen. So that way, once that is done, it goes back into everything. You know, now that my ankle is better, now I'm so happy that I have 2 feet. Like, I'm loving on both of them now, you know. And now the workload that was, you know, I'm saying the workload, but because I was only using my left foot because the right was injured, a lot of the weight was shifted onto my left foot. So now that I'm able to walk on my own, that foot, all of it is back on both. It's kind of an even thing, but I'm starting to work out more on my right so that it can strengthen. So it's kind of shifted a little bit more onto the right just to even out the pressure. But again, that's basically how I'm seeing the movement and how society should move if it understood the body and how the anatomy works, and how God created the body to work together instead of against each other. Because when your body starts working against each other, it attacks, it breaks down, you die. Okay? So imagine the society, if the society attacks one another because one, you know what I'm saying, is just like, oh, you know, you're better, no, I'm better, all that extra stuff. If we continue to do that, then we will die as a society. So, like, I need y'all to think on a deeper level, instead of the fighting, because I can't imagine my body, my cells and everything like that fighting each other, like rejecting each other, and not working in harmony with the greater goal, which is to get me from point A and point B without the assistance of everything around me, like artificial assistance. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, right now, artificial assistance is amazing because it's like, what? I get to, you know what I'm saying? I get to rest on or rely on something else other than myself. So until I am healed, and then I'm no longer needing that. And that is the celebration. That is the graduation of no longer needing something because you've utilized it and not abused it. You've utilized it in a way that empowers you and enables you to do something about yourself and for yourself in the community. Oh my God. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This was not what I wanted to talk about today, but since I'm here, I'm going to go there. You know what I'm saying? So, again, election, Tuesday, November 3rd. For everybody else who's, unable to get a day off and stuff like that, it's a whole lot of pressure to like vote early. And I mean, if you can't vote early, then don't kill yourself trying to vote early. If you can get the day off for November 3rd, go ahead on November 3rd. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is your vote. Vote however you want to vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't vote because somebody tells you who to vote for, what to vote for, what to look for. Use your own brain and use your own voice. That is the time that you want to do it. And you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't know what to say, but you know what I'm saying? It's just amazing, you know what I'm saying? Just to be able to, you wait 4 years or you wait 2 years. I mean, they have elections. I believe they have elections prior. They have the primary elections. They have certain elections that's done throughout the year, but I don't think anybody pays attention to them. And those are also important. You know what I'm saying? More so probably important because those elected officials also sit in the electoral college, and the electoral college ultimately decides on who wins, right? So the people who we put in those seats, those are the people that we really need to know who they are, what they stand for, what they believe in, because they're ultimately going to make the difference of who is in office, right? The popular vote not necessarily matters. No, let me not say that. It does not determine the ultimate decision, because basically the popular vote was for, I believe, Hillary Clinton the last time, and that the electoral college was what sent the vote or the election towards Trump. So yeah, so basically we have to understand who the moving parts of what does what. Like, if you let me go back to the body and the bones, okay? So like, if you take a step, we have nerves and everything like that. Do you understand the different like when you step, what touches first, what sends the sense to take the next step? Like, it's a whole thing. It's a body of messages that's being sent through your body to your brain to make sure you step on the right thing. If you step on something that's hurtful, like a broken glass or something like that, if everything is working properly, it's going to send a message saying, ow, you are hurt right here. The body is going to send blood to the part that is paining you. But if you are not aware, sometimes your eyes also triggers some type of fear. Sometimes if you're not aware of what's happening, you will go on life. This is so funny. Wait, the way that it's coming out right now, I think I'm getting messages, downloads. But when I was younger, until the society started saying that I was hurt, I didn't realize I was hurt. Now I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, so when I was younger, I had this window. There was a window by the fire escape that when you closed it, it slammed quick. Like, it was like it was super quick when you close it. So we always kept and it never stayed up. You know what I'm saying? So we used like a big textbook to put it in the window to hold it up so we can look out the window, get some breeze, and you know what I'm saying? It was a fire escape. So everybody's in the living room. I'm chilling. I don't know how old I was. I wasn't a teen. I think I was in like, elementary years. So probably 9, 10, right around that. So I think someone was saying, oh, close the window or whatever. So me trying to be all helpful and everything, I walked over to the window, my little hands, because of course this thing is massive. If you know, like that window for your, and I mean, I'm 35, so the windows it wasn't that good. You know what I'm saying? So when I moved the book, I closed the window closed. It slammed shut. Now everybody's looking at me saying, oh my God, like they're looking at me going crazy. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, why are they looking at me like that? I don't feel nothing. I'm, just going upon my, I'm not really moving from where I was, right? I just didn't understand why everybody was so alarmed and I wasn't, right? So when I, looked at what they were screaming about, the window had slammed on my thumbs. Like it just went down, and I looked and I didn't. It was just like when I had to see what happened to me. Maybe I had an out-of-body experience. I don't know what happened because it happened so fast. I'm thankful for my fingers now that I think about it. Look at, grateful. Okay. Okay. So this is really the first time I'm really thinking about talking about this because it's mind blowing. So I looked down, seen my thumbs in the window with this heavy window on me. They, my brothers and my mom like came and just like opened the window and pulled my hands out. And of course it was like my fingers was like throbbing and hurting and everything like that. But the funny thing was I felt the pain as soon as I looked and noticed it and acknowledged it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody else was acknowledging what the issue was. Like, you just hurt yourself. I've always had a delayed reaction with things. Like if I'm hurt or in some type of situation, I don't really know what's happening until I kind of like process the whole thing. So there's people who have delayed reactions. Like they're like, you sure you're not hurt? I'm like, nah, I'm not hurt. And then later I'm like, oh wait, I'm hurt. Like this is painful. Okay. What is happening to me? Like literally, like my body has a delayed reaction to trauma or anything like that. I guess that's good for me because I'm able to get through things even when it's, where people is like, I could never. I'm just kind of like, wait, I don't even know what's happening. So I can't even formulate an opinion yet until later. And I'm like, wait, hold up, wait a minute. What just happened there? I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. So for people who experience that or understand, a little bit about myself is that not everybody is being fake or shady. It's, they really just don't catch it as quick as others. But when they do, they do. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. So now my fingers is throbbing. The blood clots are forming in my thumbs. And my mom is like panicking and everything like that. So I'm panicking, right? So when I'm around people who do not panic and, treat me at like, like you could do this, you good, like even with doctors and nurses and stuff like that, they're like, you could do it. You got this. And, it's, I guess, a good practice you know what I'm saying, how you allow a kid, even if a kid just like falls and starts screaming, I'd be like, oh, you good, look at you. I start smiling like, you good, you can get it, dust yourself off. And the kid is like, yeah, I'm okay. They don't panic because you're not panicking. They don't see anybody else panicking, then they're like, oh, so nothing's wrong. But as soon as a kid falls and you're like, oh my God, baby, what's going on, then the kid panics and they start crying because you're sending the message to their subconscious that that's how they should react, and it's not, right? So I try not to do that, especially if there's death in the family, things like that. You also have to be strong. Listen, I'm delayed all the time. Like I went to a funeral. I'm getting things done, putting things together. Everybody's looking at me like, oh my God, she's strong. It's just not hitting me yet. You know what I'm saying? It's not about being strong. It's just not hitting me yet. I'm very delayed on trauma. So it works for me. I can get things done during the trauma. And then once I sit down and really process, like, yo, this person is not coming back. Like, wow. And then it hits me. Then I cry. But I used to look at people like, dang, I wish I could cry like y'all on cue, because I cannot do it. I can't even pretend. Like, I'm not going to pretend to be sad. Like, I really don't feel it now because it's numb. And that's what it is. It's the numbness that you feel. Like, not everybody process things the same way. People are numb to a lot of things that's happening to themselves, to people around them. They're numb until they really look at it. And I think that's what a lot of people need to do, is really look, really listen to your body and to your surroundings and society and community, because what are they saying? What has been the constant or continuing message that people have been putting out? And start saying, like, if this is something that happens continuously, there must be some truth behind it. There must be something that I'm missing. And until we really sit down and say, on both parties, like, what am I missing? What are you seeing? What are your experiences that is allowing me not to see through my lens? What biases that we both have that we can't see from each other to understand what it is that you're not seeing or that I'm not seeing? You know what I'm saying? So in order to heal or to get through to the bottom of certain situations, you have to be willing to listen. Both people have to listen and understand, because listening is not about waiting to respond. It's about understanding, listening, and being open to understanding, and to finding the connection. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to like read books and stuff like that. Things didn't make sense to me until I really understood why things was not working and how they work. Like, I'm that type of person where I have to, like, if I would need to, I could break something just to put it back together so I can see, this is why it works. Like, I couldn't be the type that you tell me this is how it works and that's it. I need to know what can make it not work. What are the things that make things not do what it's supposed to do? Like, I'm that inquisitive. So what does that do for that? And how does that do for that? Oh, okay. So then I won't do that because I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about knowing the good and the bad, but being willing to hear it. And that's going to make all the difference in moving forward. Because again, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not good enough to be hurt and hurt people, because hurt people hurt people. And if we look at that and we say that if hurt people, and if we're people of being hurt, then we're also lashing out too. So, and to be in an energy of, anger, disgust, and all of that, What are we bringing in? What are we vibrating into ourselves? What is happening to our mental and our health and our wellness? It's just something to think about. Like, it's just, wow. You know what I'm saying? Life is forever changing, forever evolving. People are forever developing, changing their thoughts patterns. If that is something that we are known to be true, then people are always changing. Some change for the bad, some change for the good, but they change. And if you want for people to be the better versions of themselves, then we have to encourage that. And the best way to lead somebody is to lead yourself. Is to encourage yourself, and see things a little better and a little brighter. I don't know. That is my thoughts on just life and bones and connections. Ooh, I can call this Bone Collector. No, I'm not going to call this one. But happy Halloween, everybody. Again, it is, well, this is going to be pre-recorded. So Halloween was 2 days ago, but it is the weekend. And tomorrow is Election Day. So for those of you who haven't yet voted, make yourself ready and able to go out there and vote. Say, if you know somebody who is trying not to vote, I'm not trying to pressure anybody to go vote or make anybody's mind up for them. No, this is for you. You know what I'm saying? So if you have not voted or do not plan to vote, it's kind of weird that you would comment on politics. I'm just saying, if you vote and have a conversation later on. But that, you know what I'm saying? That's my opinion too. So do what you want. Just do it in the right direction, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have something to say, put it to the polls. And that's your girl, Karen. You're welcome. Bye. Thank you again for listening to Beauty and Braids. I'm your girl, Karen, and this has been another great day. Until next time, you'll hear from me then. In the meantime, please follow me on @HairByKaren, @ShopBraidAppeal, and @YTC Nonprofit. Get to know me a little bit better. Check them out. Bye.